we'll do like a little tour. Luego vamos a hacer así como, ¿y Ruby? ¿Dónde está Ruby? Y luego ahí vamos a entrar al estudio.
¿Dónde está la Ruby?
¿Dónde está la Ruby? What's up, you guys? This is B from Who Is That B Talking To, and on this on-site interview, I have my girl Stephanie with me from Golden Glitz. Glitz and Gold! Sorry, I fucked up. What's up, y'all? This is B from Who Is That B Talking To, and today I'm talking to Stephanie,
Designer and creator of Glitz and Gold.
designer and creator of Glitz and Gold. Look, I'm gonna need me another coffee. The sun is beaming on us. It's hot as balls. Stephanie,
Hot as balls.
what are we doing today? Where we at?
Oh shit, we at Sin Amor Studio, baby. Check out my girl Ruby. Come on. Get your butt in here. You gonna melt.
Oh, snap. So, first of all, I want to introduce myself. My name is Ruby Romero. This is my studio, Sin Amor Studio. Welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. It's already been such a great day. Yeah, and I think I'm going to style B before we get our interview started. So, first thing, I already loved how she came in the pink onesie. This was my first pick for her. Hoy es tu día. Today is your day. Every day is your day. I love this collection of pieces from this artist, Miriam Mazad. She did these over here on the wall, too. Super cute. All super like nostalgic Mexican pieces. Like if you grew up, you were little, you know exactly what all of these things are. And she's just an amazing person, an amazing painter. And I don't know, I just think it would be cute if you just like, if this was a little purse, it would be so cute on you, right? Yeah. So then what we're gonna do, I love using rosaries as I love pretty much anything that's like religious imagery. I just think it's really beautiful, and I love like the attention to detail. Hi, welcome in. So I just thought this would be really cute to match your little mic. And I love the gray and the gold. I'm always mixing metals. I know they say you're not supposed to, but who's they anyway?
That part.
So yeah, super cute. Little peek in the center. I'm a big hoop girl, so I'm gonna have to switch you out of the pearls. They always say there's two kinds of girls. There's pearl girls and chain girls. Learned that from my days at Chanel. I'm a little bit of both. Are you a little bit of both?
Yes. Who
Okay.
says you can't be a little bit of both?
Yes, you can be anything you want. So I'm gonna add some mini door knockers for her. Super cute bamboo. I love these. They're all gold dipped. I think just like Hoop Dreams is my favorite. I love hoops. When I first like opened the shop, I just wanted to have a whole table full of hoops. It's time to re-up because I had like 10 times as many. So I love the bamboo. These are just a little bit more elevated than the ones that you'll find at a flea market or something. These are 14 karat gold dipped. Hi, welcome in. Hi. And I always like whenever I was little, I would always have issues with like artificial jewelry. I'm a little bit better now, but I still like the gold dipped anyways. Oh, and it goes with your manicure too. Really cute. So yeah, we start with the accessories. She's already super cute. Let me see what else we can throw on. So I'm gonna stick to the gold. We'll do snakes. I like snakes. A little gold, a little silver.
Oh, we mixing for real today.
Yeah, cute. And then we'll do a little bit of these stockies are super cute. She said, "Will you marry me?" I do. So then some of these rings are so cool. These ones are vintage from the 90s. They're cubic zirconias. So like back in the 90s, guys were buying these girls like these fake diamonds, and they like girls were like so excited. They're like, "Oh my god, look at my big ass diamond." No, they were CZs. Artificial diamonds. I mean, they're making lab diamonds now too. So that's super cute. Love that. Let me see where else we can go. Oh, she said I'm gonna add another one. Oh, I love that. Yes, I love all these earrings too. She's already got hoops, but you can never have too many. I love this. I'm gonna throw one of these on her too.
Yeah.
So this is Huitilin. This is a brand out of Guadalajara.
That's fair.
You were born in Guadalajara? Shut up, my mom was there. Yeah. I love Guadalajara. You guys doing all right? Cool. Yeah, so the double. Super cute. Oh, see, I love that. The layer is so cute.
I'm literally.
You gotta get a pickup.
Bye, you too.
Oh my God,
If
boobs.
this isn't
Le toma foto
convincing you to
before she
come to
leaves. Look at that.
Sin Amor Studios, I don't know what else. I mean, there's expensive, but like, come on now, come on now.
See what else we can just throw on her real quick. She's already cute, but we can make it cuter. Ooh, let's see, let's see. I'm a bag girl, so I love bags, and I think this is so cute. This is from the 90s too. So like my favorite vintage is like 90s, and I guess now it's Y2K is considered vintage too,
Right.
which makes me feel a little bit older. It's weird because I'm only 25, but yeah. So cute. Love a little jewel moment. Love a little baguette.
How do you find all these amazing pieces and selections of items? Like, how do you fill your store?
They find me, girl. I'm not even looking. It's like, it's crazy. I've met so many people in my life, and it's like usually I'm drawn to all kinds of different amazing artists and creators and people that like they just find me. In this case, this woman found me that had some special pieces, or I sourced pieces. Basically, when I was little, we really didn't have a lot of money to buy brand new things or designer things at all. So we would have to go thrifting. Now it's cool, but back then I was like so embarrassed and mortified to be like standing outside of the Goodwill because it's like when I went to school, I grew up on the West Side, which was like mostly white people. So it's like, as it is being a Latina growing up, you're having this identity crisis from here. So like you were talking about identity, it's you don't already want to like succumb to the stereotypes of whatever. I used to have to find things that were really cool for a little bit of money. So I became really, really good at like bargain finding things. So now I just pass that forward onto people. I can usually get designer things and be able to sell them at like a fraction of the price to people, which I feel like fashion shouldn't be just limited to like the top wealthiest people. Like here you can buy designer pieces. Like the first day Steph came in, she bought a pair of Chanel pants, and it's like, yes. So
They feel so good.
yeah, so it's like I think just connecting people with items that maybe were unattainable and now they are. It's like it just transcends boundaries.
Absolutely.
So cute.
Wow.
It's a little bit of a lot, but what do you think?
Let's do it. Let's put it on.
Let's
show it off.
Here, let me see. Let's go look in this little mirror right here. Oh, cute. Ooh. So yeah, that's how I just source pieces. And then it's like sometimes I find all different kinds of things. Sometimes I have too much, sometimes I have too little, but it's like I always feel like it's overflowing. Hello. Good. One of our regulars, D, coming in.
Hi, D.
Coming to buy his favorite incense. What is it?
Months ago. These are my favorites. This is how people know that I am at court.
Cork and Thorn, yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. That's like another thing that's like fragrance is nostalgic as well. So there's like certain fragrances you grow up with that are reminders of like, growing up. And for me, like Spencer, the designer of this, his dad used to make incense in Venice Beach in LA, and I'm from LA. So I would remember going to like Venice Beach and seeing all the incense and glasses and things and like beach shops. And I think it's just like us taking those things from our parents and then just like elevating all the skills that they taught us.
Pushing yourself forward past what your ancestors could even imagine.
Yeah, when I was little, I would like help my parents. They had always had like booths at the swap meet or something like that, or like we would sell like pottery on the corner in the hot heat, and it was like everything was a family business, so we had to do everything.
Right.
Okay.
So you're a regular here at Ruby Shop at Sin Amor Studio?
Yes, ma'am.
How did you come across the studio?
How did I come? Oh, I think it was that lowrider event.
Oh, so actually, back to the community. We were hosting a back to school boogie, which was a charity benefit to get backpacks and school supplies and raise money for kids in our communities, right? And I think we managed to get like over 500 backpacks, and that year we had raised like almost $5,000 for the kids to give back. And we had a raffle because everybody always does a raffle to give back, right? And he won the raffle.
I get the text and then I was like, oh shit, I won.
Yeah, and he won.
Yeah, and I was like, luckily I'm like, I work right there. So
yeah, Cork and Thorn.
Then I walked to the shop now, definitely because I got the raffle, and then definitely because she does the events back here. It's always welcome for everybody that's around here. You know, definitely just pull up, come in, shop around while you're here as well. You know, so I come here, I get some shirts, some swag, rings here and there from her. You know, rings in a sense. Is my
Yeah.
She got that.
All these girls are pretty in here.
Yeah, hot.
It's the fuego, the Latina heat. We bring in that heat. She said, I don't like it spicy, but I got the heat.
Yeah, you good.
Oh, you have cash?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Oh, so cute. Thank you, babe. Okay. Okay, appreciate you.
Always.
Thank you. Okay.
Y'all have a good one, y'all.
Anybody can buy expensive shit. Anybody can put labels on or designer labels, but it's like style is like within you. And like I think my style is like based on my identity, right? So I was born in LA, and yeah, basically my aunts were like super goth and my uncle skated pools, but like, you know, all in Long Beach, it was that lowrider culture too was there. I stayed with my grandparents every summer in Long Beach, and like yeah, and then we moved to Vegas when I was little. And when I was here, like everything we did was like a family business, like I was saying. My brother played in he played heavy music. Like a hardcore, he was in hardcore bands. No, more like hardcore. So hardcore. So it's like heavy metal, yeah, but it's called hardcore is the music. Yeah. So they used to have these generator shows in the desert, and like I would remember being like with my fucking high ass socks, like thinking I was a chola, and all these fools, and I was just like, oh, why do I have to be here? You know, like being 13 years old in like the middle of the desert, and my dad would like help organize it, bring all the speakers because my dad's a DJ.
Oh wow!
So my dad, since I was a baby, he was a DJ. Like that's his disco ball over there. He was a disco DJ in Hollywood. So like music was always like in our life, you know, every single thing that I grew up with like played into my identity and who I am. So like I'm a Chicana, but I'm also punk rock, and I'm also like, and I think like for me, my tattoos, like I have American traditional tattoos like on my legs, but then I have like Chicano style tattoos too. So yeah, and like my whole back is tattooed, and it's like that's all like part of my culture. And I think growing up, I really wasn't sure of who I was yet, so I was getting like these like kind of like American traditional style tattoos, and it gave me like a sense of belonging, you know, because we're American and we're Mexican. Well, you're Mexican
and Mexican American, though I grew up out
there. Okay.
But that's why I love what you're saying, because it's like we are a different kind of Mexican out here.
Yeah.
We're not living in Mexico.
No.
We're Mexican American, and like that's kind of what I was
asking. It's so different because if I go out there, they're like they pick me apart, you know, and they're like, you're not Mexican, and it's like they're always also too like, why do you talk about being Mexican so much, or like why are you so like proud about it? Because over there, like this almost is considered like tchotchke almost, you know, like la cultura, like they're not. And I was like, that's because you never had to prove yourself to anybody. You could just exist. You didn't have to be like, what is my identity? You already know what your identity is, so you're comfortable because nobody's making you feel like an outsider. I mean, that has happened. It happened to me today, you know. So it's like people think that we're just, you know, I think they're so confused, especially with like these protests and things, and they're like, why are they holding up Mexican flags? And it's the orgullo, it's the pride, you know, even though we're not from there, like it still is like our culture. So we're at home, we'll be eating fideo and albondigas and frijoles, but like you couldn't show up to school with frijoles in your fucking lunchbox.
That shit was mad embarrassing.
So embarrassing. And tell me why all I wanted was a fucking Lunchable. And now I'm like, crave my mom's like simple tortillas with frijoles when she's not here. And so it's like now I think I've finally like completely grown into my identity, and I love it. Like, you know, now it's like I've met so many wonderful other like Latinas like you guys, and every day I feel like I find a new girl. I'm like a diamond in the rough, and I'm like, how is it that I have so many like amazing, beautiful, smart, talented like girls around me that are doing things? I love it.
Yes, and come over here. Let's talk a little bit about that. So,
hold on.
Speaking about
tea time.
Yep, tea time, girl.
Shout out to Iwana, my Colombianas that celebrated their 1 year anniversary yesterday.
Hey, Iwana!
Okay, so right now you brought up meeting women in the community.
Yeah.
I think that leadership in the community is so vital to places, especially like you were mentioning earlier. Like sometimes politicians are like the resources don't get trickled down
Right.
to the communities that they intend to help. So, what are some ways that you have seen community leadership, and how some of the ways that you've embodied it yourself?
Right. So I want to shout out Fit Some Project. That's an organization that I work with that does a lot to give back. Right now they have an undocu fund that's helping undocumented families and other things. They had a street vendor relief fund as well, and they have a variety of resources that they distribute directly. And I think a lot of times, like, waiting on assistance or waiting on the idea of assistance can be very, like, almost scary.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of times undocumented people, and when I say undocumented people, I mean that there may be people that are in transition of getting their citizenship. Could be DACA, which could be like resident, you know, resident aliens or whatever terminologies they want to use, you know.
Right.
But like a lot of people are scared to ask for help because as it is, and especially now, people don't even want to go get groceries, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like they don't want to go out because as it is, there's so much more profiling and like so much more going on just like simply existing, that they don't feel safe in their communities, in their own communities. Like they closed Broadacre Swamp Meet, for example, and it's, I think that these organizations, like, they give out meals. You know, we did the back to school boogie where we give out backpacks and stuff like that. And it's like those things, you see the families, you meet the families, and the kids are so happy, you know? And it's like, you think, how, for me, I think, how can we, as one of the most evolved nations in the world, have no money to feed kids, no money to give them school supplies, no money to give them PE clothes, you know, no money to like, for them to have pencils and books. And it's like, these aren't things that are very expensive, and you wonder how they have trillions of dollars to fund wars in other countries,
Right.
but yet, or trillions of dollars to put into like this immigration raids and things like that. But it's like kids don't even have access to clean water. They have drills at like what were to happen if there's a school shooting, you know. So I think that's why these efforts are so important, because you see it directly impacting and benefiting the families and the people. So here I held a majority of different panels. We did one for Third World Country Women Unite on International Women's Day, where we held a panel, oh thank you, on class solidarity, and had women talk about different kinds of struggles, intersectional struggles that they have.
I love that so
Thank
much.
you. It was it was really powerful, you know. And it was like there was little kids, there was a littlest kid, and then there was like an old woman that was like probably almost 100, you know. And it's like seeing that is really empowering, and like having people trust me in that, to like, because it's such a vulnerable thing to be able to talk.
Right.
You know, like I think my boyfriend asked me the other day, he's like, do you talk to anybody? And I think we're so used to like being Latinas and being strong and like having to hold it down, that like we sometimes don't talk to anybody because it's like we don't want to have that shame of like, you know, not, you know, feeling anything really.
Right.
So yeah, we did that panel, and more recently we had a gathering that was about resistencia and resistance of, what was that called? Hold on.
The joy and inspiration is real right now.
Okay. Okay. So we had a thing called Amor y Resistencia, and it was a panel I had. Let's see. It was an evening of healing, community resources, and spoken word. So I had like this one, Haji, I love her.
Yes.
When you think you like can't even love another thing, and then the beat pops up, and you're just like what? How have you been out of my life for so long? I can't. So yeah, we had that, and it was like I was in tears. My mom was in tears. Everybody was in tears because these are stories that are like so impactful, and people don't understand like the timeline to even try to get citizenship can be 20 years, 30 years. Some people maybe have been waiting over 30 years. And it's like there's no clear path. So with that being said, that's what I'm referring to, undocumented people. So there are people that are maybe don't have their full citizenship, and it's like it's just a pretty insane thing that's happening right now. So I think a lot of people are scared. The community is not really going out as much as they were. I mean, of course, todavía están perreando, because like the tequila's still flowing, but I think people are just trying to like forget their woes right now. But I think things like that are important. So it was a 2-part series. The first part was that it was a small panel. We had like maybe 6 to 7 different guests, and then the next follow-up was a yoga and a like sound bath. So when we did it in here, we moved it, and then it was for donations, and then we just donated the donations to the organization. And it's like you're winning because you're here with people that are feeling the same things as you. And like we were talking about earlier, is like you can't pour from an empty cup, So we have to stay like strong and brave and fearless, because it's like there's people that have that, and that's what they want. They want us to not be creating. They want us to not have our joy. And it's like that joy is going to have to exist and come from somewhere,
As a business owner, as a trailblazer in the community, as a leader, what are some of the ways that you've even gotten here? Like, how did you get to finding this calling, getting to find your purpose? How has that journey looked like for you?
I was so confused about who I was because I was working in luxury for over 15 years. And I was starting to not feel like I was detached. And my mental health was really, really low. It was during COVID, and my grandparents passed away within a month of one another. And then my nana passed away as well. Hi.
We didn't want to come in here.
It's okay. There's guys stuff too. So yeah, during COVID, my grandparents had passed away, and I was just in a really low point. I couldn't grieve properly, and it was like, to me, I was a baby, and my grandma had me like, I think it was called a tutor, where my mom hated it. She would put me on her back like a little tamale. and and I was just so connected to her because she was like the sweetest woman in the world, and like never hurt anybody in her life. I never seen her give a dirty look. I never seen anybody that was so pure. She was so pure and happy. And like my dad recently told me like her story and how she had come to America, because I'm working on getting my dual citizenship. And she had left my dad and my uncle in a orfanatorio. Is that how you say it? I don't know. But yeah, in an orphanage in Guatemala, and came to the US to try to get money to take care of them. So she came in legally the first time in the 60s, and then, thank you, have a good day. Then she tried to come back. She went to go visit them, and she tried to come back, and they were like, I guess, like they were like, no, right? So they didn't let her in, and she was stuck in Tijuana. And that's where she met my grandfather, who was an entrepreneur, and he had many restaurants and businesses in Tijuana. And he took her to get her kids and brought them back. And then they moved to Oregon, had a restaurant up there. And then that's just kind of how they had come back. But to me, I think about it, it was like 1960, and a Guatemalan woman, indígena, looking like straight indígena, and no speaking English, with 3 kids, no, single mother. And it's like, to see that and to see like what she did, I felt like I was longing for my purpose, and which was like, what better to do than like share my culture with other people, right? Like I didn't want them to die in vain, and just me living this job that was like great career, but did I have purpose? And I wasn't feeling that, I had kind of exhausted it. I was doing somebody else's purpose, and now I get to do what I style, I sell art, I sell my friends' art, I make art with my friends, I create things. Me and Stephanie made our first bikini prototype this week. Like, yeah. So it's like everything is like a new day, and that is the purpose. It's like creating something new every day. And it's like sometimes you don't know what it's going to be, or sometimes the day is resting, and it's like that in itself is like something really special. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I think with purpose, it's like connecting your passion, connecting what you love, and also serving others with it. That's a gift, honestly. And we're so grateful that you're here in the community.
Oh, thank you.
And I feel like you really model that, and you just provide so much inspiration. Oh my God, I'm getting emotional because I just love hearing your story.
Don't cry. I'm always such a crybaby.
Yeah, it's just beautiful to see, like, you know, all the work, all the consistency, and just all the passion. It really inspires me.
Oh, thank you. I think all y'all inspire me. Like that's one thing too. Like the representation. Like when I see young girls come in here and their eyes light up because they're like, "This is me, mom. Look, like a de la Rosa. Hi, welcome in." You know, and they're like a mazapan or like the butterflies or like, and I'll like be here with the kids and I'll bring out the art stuff and like I have like some of my friends' paintings that their kids made like years ago. They don't even know that I have them. And it's like just a space that they feel like they can do something, you know? And then they get excited because they see like Frida and they see the brown Barbies and they see like the representation that didn't exist because before it was either like you were like a chunti, you know, that she said, I am a reformed.
Girl, my childhood besties could tell you that.
Yeah, but like either you're that or you're that or you're this and you have to be that niche, but it's like you don't have to be anything. You can change every day if you want. And it's like that's what we were talking about our culture is like we have to adapt to different situations and I know that you probably have your like your gringo voice too, you know?
Absolutely, the code switching.
Yeah.
We have to find ways to navigate here. And to this point, I really just want to say really quick, like I had conversations with my cousin who lives in Mexico. He's over there talking about he loves Japanese culture and Mexicans in Mexico, they're not thinking about race relations like we are here in the United States. One thing that was really interesting for me as an immigrant myself is growing up and seeing, okay, there's Black Americans and there's white Americans. Who the fuck am I? And as I've been navigating some of the same struggles that Ruby's talking about today, it's just, it gives me goosebumps. And like she's saying, she sees young women come in here and their eyes probably get big, probably how my eyes got big when I entered Sin Amor Studio.
Oh
because we don't see these images, these representations. And I think what people don't understand is that as Americans ourselves, we have our own ethnicity. And that's why I think we raise the Mexican flag. We have the protest.
Right.
Because we're trying to say, like, yeah, we're not Mexicans from Mexico, but we exist here and we want to be respected. And we want to belong where we live.
And besides the fact that this was Mexico anyways, but that's a whole nother story. That's for another day. The indigenous peoples, for the indigenous peoples day, we'll bring that one out. My Yaqui sister. But yeah, I think that's one of the things that like that's why I keep going because there's days I feel like giving up. Don't get me wrong, it's hard. It's not easy. It's not for the faint of heart.
How do you go about overcoming challenges that you face throughout your life? Like, what are some of the things that really ground you and anchor you?
I cry. I give myself grace, you know. I like let myself have bad days. I don't like try to power through. Like sometimes if I need a day, I have to take a day. I have to just be kind to myself and like do things that I love and like just try to like be my most organic self. Bye. Thank you. Yeah, but I think it's like lately I've been doing a lot of hot yoga and I really enjoy that. Like I love cooking. I love like simple things. I love having a cold beer on a hot day. Like that's just like my favorite guilty pleasure. But I also love like doing self-care too and like taking a bath or just like getting my nails done with Gabby, be a Gabby at G Nails. So like that's like my favorite day is nail day, you know, and it's like we do it a whole day and we collaborate our ideas. Like look at they're fruit and then they're monarch butterflies, right?
Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful.
So like this is like culture too. And then it's like
absolutely.
you think everything is an inspiration, like whether it's fruit and you think about like these poor farm workers out there in hundreds of degrees heat and then they're getting raided and it's like who's gonna go out there? And I mean I don't really like to have that stance of like we feed the country, we clean the hotels, we do that because we're much more than that.
Absolutely.
You know, like we're creators, we're designers, we're sculptors, we're artists, we're chefs, we're singers, we're comedians, we're whatever, you know. But yeah, like, you know, we are so much more than here to serve people. That's just another thing, that we're very hardworking. And that's like, you know, I've never seen, like, you go on the street and you see the street vendors, or you see them, the people selling roses, or the bushels of roses, or piñatas, or whatever, or fruta, and it's like, you're not seeing these Hispanic people begging on the street. You know, they're always working. Even in Tijuana, when you see the little kids coming up to the cars and trying to sell you chiclets, and then my parents would always like humble us and tell us like, ¿Quieres estar como esos niños? You know, so you guys better behave. And it's like really sad, because I recently like went back, and I was crossing the border coming back. Like, I had to hold back my tears, you know, because it's like these kids are little, and they're little kids. They're 4 years old. Solos in the street. They're by themselves selling little gums, you know? And it's like, they're, from us being young, we're taught that we have to work to prove our value, you know? So yeah, the challenges are just have the challenges, go through them, and then try to be a problem solver. Like, I always like to say I like to create solutions. And like, recently I've had like the blessing of like having an amazing boyfriend that's like helping me with like tough things, and trying to understand how to navigate through them, you know, is like, because he's a business owner as well. So it's like having those conversations and having people that you can talk to, like talking to your friends. I've been talking to a therapist lately. So it's like, that's been really helping me. And it's like trying to break those like generational traumas, because it's recurring in everybody that I know right now. That's like a friend of mine, or it's like touched somebody, even people that don't think that they have it, you know. And it's like me connecting with different people. It's like, I know they're always like, oh, she's always talking about that. But I'm almost like, well, what else? Like, what do you want me to talk about? Like, I don't even know what else to talk about. Like, we do talk about other things, and clothes and art and food and whatever, but it's like, these are like directly things that are happening every day, and they're right in front of us. So it's like, to me, I can't be naive to like what's existing around me. And like, as you said, as a challenge of a business owner, how do you try to differentiate that? And it's like, to me, the whole premise of a cultural studio is to show the culture. So I can't bank on a culture or try to profit or whatever as a business owner, because I am a business. But like, I pay the artists, and you know, it's like, I can't not respect where they're coming from. Like, I have artists that are undocumented. I have Chicano artists, Latino, Indigenous, Mexican artists, you know, and artists from all over the world as well. So immigrant artists, you know, French artists, and it's like, or designers, or pieces that are designed in different places in Mexico, and Oaxaca, and Michoacan. And how can I not respect the culture and speak up for the culture if that's literally what I represent every day? So I think that's really important.
Yeah, and I really like your point about pouring into yourself and taking care of yourself,
Yeah.
the rest, or the things that give you that self care. Because how can we serve others, serve our community,
Yeah.
if we're coming out of an empty cup?
Right.
So I think that's super important.
And the rage, it's like, we feel that rage, you know. And it's like, when I was having a really particularly bad day, and then I went to hot yoga, and I like powered through that shit, and I was drenched, sweating out, and like, I felt like a brand new bitch. I came out, I was like, this is so good, you know, because it's like, we have to channel that rage into things.
Yes.
And into like, we can, you know, like, I can't make myself sick about it. I have to be like, you have to do something, and like,
alchemize that emotion.
yeah,
And
exactly.
turn it into art, into a business, into creation.
Yeah.
Ruby, it's been absolutely
thank
a
you.
pleasure talking with you today.
Thank you.
I want you to give us a quick little rundown. Give us some information on your store.
Okay.
Where do people find you
Okay,
at?
so sinamorstudio.com, Sin Amor, like sin in love, like Sin City in love. Sinamorstudio.com, Instagram, Sin Amor Studio, TikTok, Sin Amor Studio. Please come see us in the Arts District, downtown Las Vegas. We are on Commerce and Imperial. So if you have any questions, just hit me up, slide in the DMs. Thank you. Who was I be talking to? Ruby.
I was talking to Ruby. Ruby Romero, y'all.
Let's do it. No. Damn right, that's Ruby. Let's share it. Hey.
He's so cute, Bia.
Yeah.
He's all, she's pretty.
Where's she at? Where's she at?
You gonna be like, where we at? And then we're gonna be like this, right?
Okay.
Oh no, vamos así.
Okay, like this. Get the booty.
Tell us, Stephanie, where are we at today?
We're at Sin Amor Studio, B.